everyone, welcome back to my channel, Ruby Giraffe. Today I'm going to talk about finding a school and what you want to look for as a prospective CDL student. So the things that I thought of that people could find important when finding a school is price, location, speed of the course duration, and class size, and also like legitness. Let me get started. I drove this truck yesterday too.
Okay, little bit back, like a couple of inches. Go back a little bit. Right there. Now look how much you can see the cone.
Okay.
Try to see it only in one position so you can see kind of the top of it.
Yeah.
All right, all the way to the back. How many classes you got so far?
This is my 6th class, I think.
So you already did that upset?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
All right. So the first thing about location, I'm pretty lucky as far as location because I'm from Southern California, and in Southern California is the Inland Empire, we call it. And I've heard, can't really relate, but I've heard that it's called like the trucking hub of America. I don't know exactly. There's just a lot of warehouses and trucking companies based out of the Inland Empire, Fontana, Riverside, San Bernardino. A lot of, especially Amazon has moved in the past 10 years or so, I would say. I'm not for sure on that, but that's just my guess. And so there's just a lot of trucking here. So there's a lot of trucking schools. So I had a lot of choices. So, and I also looked at places like Idaho and Utah and Iowa because I have family connections essentially just in those places. Okay.
Right, go back. This is the start a little soon. And left pass. All the way left, all the way left. There, you got the boat. With the pull-up.
So location can be important if you want to learn where you're from, if you want to go somewhere that has more schools. So for example, I was looking in Iowa where I had some family that I could maybe visit while I'm at school, but they only had like one school in the area essentially, and it wasn't really what I wanted. So, and it was the same price as being here in California, so it wasn't any cheaper. Same thing with Utah. There was like nothing near where my mom lived for trucking schools. So I didn't go to Utah. I just stayed where I'm from, Southern California. I have 5 cones.
If that happens, keep right in it. Keep right in it like that as it's going. So the trailer start coming towards the cone. Watch, go back.
Two,
No, just
turn
keep
to right.
going like that.
Okay.
Keep going. See, you see that it's coming right there, and it started straightening it up. All the way left. All the way left. You don't hit the cone on that side. Left. And right there, stop. Now we're hitting the cone on that side.
as far as price goes, a lot of people are familiar with the concept that, you know, some courses are going to be more pricey and include certain things. Some courses are going to be cheaper, and perhaps they don't include what you actually want, so just pay attention to that. In California, I've seen some courses cost like $8,000. I've seen some courses cost as low as $4,000, and some are in the middle, $5,000, $7,000, whatever. The first one that I looked up, which happened to be in Idaho, and that one was fairly cheap, but it wasn't what I wanted. So prices are going to be different, and they're going to include different things for what you get. Class size was another thing that was important to me. I've heard that some schools, you have like 8 students for one instructor, for example, and a lot of your class time that you're actually spending at the school is watching other students drive the truck, and you're not really doing much, or something like that. I don't know it from my own experience, but that's what I've heard. So I was really looking for a small class size. What I found is there's normally 2 or 3 instructors for like 4 or 5 students, so it feels like fairly one-on-one, maybe 2-on-1, and you get some different opinions from the different instructors. So far I'm liking my school and what I'm getting for class size wise. First school that I visited, it was a little more pricey, but the person that I was like, the recruiter, I suppose, or the sales team member, salesperson, said that no matter where I go, whether it was their school or a different school, that at least in California, it's approved by a certain board, the board of post-grad, or I don't even know, some BPPE or something like that, so it's not some like offhand school that's gonna take your money and not really get you where you want to go. So I went, after my appointment with that school that I decided was not for me, I did go onto the website for this board of approved secondary education, post-secondary education schools, I suppose. Like, for example, cosmetic schools and welding schools, like things that aren't necessarily a college or a university, but they're still providing education for the workforce. So some of my schools that I was looking at prior were not on this list. So I'm like, ooh, maybe they're not so legit. They're gonna not necessarily take my money and run, but they're not as approved. And the DOT, the Department of Transportation, who kind of monitors truck drivers and such, they're gonna kind of give my certification from the school a kind of a second look. So if you want to avoid that, you should go to this list. I'm sure different states will have their own lists, but for California it was something like BPPE, and they certify and accredit schools. So that was important to me as well. So I went on that site. A lot of the schools that I was looking at so far were not on that list. And then I also got a new list of approved and accredited schools. And that's what I ended up going with. So the school that I chose has a good price. It actually surprised me for the class size, because I thought I would have to pay a little bit more to get the class size small, which is what I want, but I actually didn't. So it has a good price, it has a good class size, and it's on this list of accredited post-secondary education schools. So I'm happy with my choice, and everything is good. The duration of the course. A lot of them kind of be similar, but maybe some take their time, maybe some are a little faster. Mine is fairly normal speed. The estimated time is like 6 weeks from start to finish. And I think I'm on track for that. I think that you can get it up to 4 weeks, but I haven't gone that fast. But some of them are really fast. Like the first one that I looked up in Idaho, it was super fast. I think it's more designed for people who already know how to drive a truck. They just want to legalize it and get that license. Because there are a number of operators out there that don't have a license. And they want to get that license. And so they go through a course that is fairly quick. So I didn't want that for myself because I don't have really any knowledge of hauling or towing any type of trailer. So that wasn't for me. It was a good price, but it wasn't for me. So the one that I found, I'm happy with the speed that it's at, and I kind of get to pick my own class times and how frequent they are, as long as there's a slot for me that day and that time bracket. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my recommendations on what you should look for as a CDL student. See you next time. Bye.